execute Order 66.
We all know the most famous order of them all, Order 66, and how devastating that order was, leaving thousands of Jedi to be hunted down and killed by the Empire. This was a terrible order, but in my opinion, there is one that is much worse, and I will be talking about that in this video. This order is of course Order 37. So what was Order 37? Order 37 is part of 150 different contingency orders that all clone troopers in the Republic Army are instructed to follow. These orders range from mild orders such as what to do in emergencies and what to do when your squad leader is down, but they also contain some very dark and disturbing orders. The only example we've seen is Order 66, where it was ordered that all Jedi must be exterminated, as you all know. Another very dark and disturbing order was Order 37. I believe this order was much worse than Order 66. However, this order was very rarely ever used, as the Republic had no use of it. The one time the clones used this order is when Order 66 had already been executed. They used this order to try and extract all the Jedi by appealing to their conscience. They did this by rounding up all the civilians of a city, putting them in holding pens, and executing them if a Jedi did not reveal him or herself. Although this order was only used once, it caused devastating effects. This explains why so many Jedi fled to planets with less population. The only time Order 37 has been used and documented was right after Order 66. The example is, a Jedi Padawan known as Ferrus Olin was a Padawan who left the Republic after feeling guilty about one of his fellow Padawans' deaths on the battlefield. He later moved to a planet known as Balassa and started a business to help people escape the crumbling Republic and eventually the Empire. Right after Order 66 had been enacted, clones raided Balassa. During the raid, Order 37 had been enacted to all clones on the planet. The clones then mass arrested the civilian populace and used brute force to arrest them and put them in holding pens. The clones stated that if Ferrus Olin was not handed over to Imperial authorities within 24 hours, all the civilians in the capital city of Usa were to be executed. After sensing that even if he were to give himself in, Palpatine would not honor his promise by letting the civilians go. As a result, he decided to escape the planet, and unfortunately all the civilians were executed. This now brings us to the question, why was Order 37 worse than Order 66? In my opinion, Order 37 was worse for multiple reasons. The first reason being that this was an order that millions of clones had to blindly follow. This of course means that if the power was abused, then city after city had the potential to be executed. The second reason being it permits the killings of mass populations, therefore being able to cause genocide if the person in charge of the 150 contingency orders didn't like a certain race. Lastly, Order 37 has the ability to extort anything from anyone who is not trained like a Jedi and can feel emotion, meaning that if a certain person wanted something from a certain faction, they could enact Order 37 and threaten to mass murder an entire population of the same species if they did not get what they want. If you were in Ferrus Olin's situation and you were to choose whether to trust the Empire or just escape knowing all the civilians would die, which would you choose?